So choking is another respiratory hazard.
Okay, just choking could be something, you mentioned mucosa plus the airway can
No,
cause it. Is that what
that's
you are
not
choking?
that's asthma. Don't mix them up.
Okay.
So you're mixing that with asthma.
Okay.
Asthma is the one that is inflammatory airway condition. That is the one that produces mucus.
Okay.
And that mucus will congest. Okay, it will congest the airway, making it narrow, and that is what leading to the difficulty breathing.
Okay, could choking be I'm just trying to say practical experience. Maybe I'm taking water and water goes where it's not supposed to, pass, and then it gets choked.
Yeah, very correct. But it's not only with water. Choking on water is the most friendly thing that can happen.
Maybe smoke or something.
No. The water will break up.
Gas.
No, we're talking about a solid object.
Okay.
Like food, meat, burger, or Lego, or some of these things that kids you play with, or carrot, or grape. Any of those hard objects, that is the worst thing that can happen to somebody. So generally, choking is an airway obstruction by a foreign object. That is the definition, the airway blockage by a foreign object. So a foreign object could be piece of food, could be anything, piece of anything, as long as it is blocking the airway. Okay? So when we eat, actually the food should supposed to go to the stomach, the, what do you call it, GI system. Okay? It's supposed to be conveyed from your mouth to the stomach for digestion and all that, and absorption. And that conveyance is done through esophagus. So there's a tissue that conveys the food or water or whatever to the stomach. It's called esophagus. So there's also another one that takes oxygen to the lungs, which is called trachea. So there's an intersection at the back of your mouth. One taking food here, the other one taking oxygen. So choking occurs when anything other than oxygen begins to go toward the lungs. That is choking. Okay? So when food or gum or whatever that's supposed to go to the stomach, now it begins to go toward the lungs. That is choking. So there are two types of choking, okay? Mild choking and severe choking. Mild and severe, okay? So mild choking, let's assume that this is the airway. Allow me to do this airway. Remember, airway is a passage, is a tube, okay, that connects the nostril to the lungs, and breathing happens on the airway. So the activity allowed within the airway is breathing. Any other activity there is illegal and can cause problems. So if a piece of food begins to go that way, that is trouble. That is dangerous. So mild happens if the piece of food is not big enough to occupy the entire airway. That will lead to mild choking. Mild, because it didn't cover the entire airway. So how do you know that somebody is mildly choking? Loud cough. Usually this is announced by loud cough. Loud cough is very, very evident. Very, very evident. So anytime you are eating all of a sudden, from nowhere, you begin to cough loudly with teary eyes and flushed face. You are choking at that time, but it is mild because you can cough. And that cough is necessary to clear your airway, to blow that object, to expel it. So that is what they cough, and it's automatic. That cough is triggered automatically by the cough reflex. Will come on right away, try to clear it. So what is your first aid if somebody is here? What is your first aid? You encourage the person to cough. Encourage, that's all. So encourage coughing. That's your first aid. When it's a baby, if your baby is coughing and eating and begin to cough, encourage your baby to cough more. Baby, cough, keep on. Because that is the only way to expel the object. So encourage to cough. That is the first aid for every age group. Infant, child, adult, encourage to cough. Is that clear? Yes. Now let's go to the more serious, critical one is severe one. So let's assume this is the airway. Okay, remember the airway connects the nostril to the lungs. It's a tube, it's a passageway. So let's assume that somebody is eating piece of burger or your favorite food. Okay, and then out of nowhere, that food, instead of going to the tummy, maybe you were talking while you're eating, maybe you were laughing, maybe you were playing while you're, and then there's a confusion at the back of your mouth, and then the food, instead of going to the tummy, start going to the lungs. And it is big enough to block the entire airway. So the entire airway is blocked. This is deadly. This is deadly. Why? Because oxygen will no longer go in because of this blockage. And the only route through which oxygen can go to the body is that airway. Oxygen cannot go through your ear. It can't go through any other way. It's only one way. And that one way is blocked. And carbon dioxide cannot even leave the body. Because that, again, that is the only way carbon dioxide can go. When you breathe out. Now this is deadly. Okay? You are looking at matter of minutes. If intervention does not come, if somebody does not help this person out, that is you are looking at almost a loss of life here. So, here, one thing that you notice is there's no sound. No sound. So, because once the airway is blocked, you can't make any meaningful sound. You can't even cough. Okay? You will only be, high pitch sound. If at all you make any sound, it's a high pitch. Okay? And then you hold your throat. Because this is the universal choking sign. Whenever you see anybody holding the throat, the person is actually communicating to you because he can't talk anymore. Once the airway is blocked, you can't talk. You can't talk. Like that. Because the airway is blocked. Okay? So you need to do something immediately. But initially, this person will be conscious, okay? So the person will not go unconscious immediately. The reason is you have oxygen in the blood. Oxygen residual. So that oxygen in the blood can carry this person for some time before it goes to zero. And when it goes to zero, the person becomes unconscious. Okay? So the person will initially be conscious, maybe for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it depends. Everybody is different. Okay? Now, if this person is an infant, a baby, what are you supposed to do? And another branch is, this person is a child or adult. What are you supposed to do in each case? But the person is still conscious. So if the person is a baby, this is a baby, and baby is wiggling, baby is struggling, can't even cry because it's not breathing, the airway is blocked. Okay? Baby can't cry, the baby is struggling, which means baby is conscious. So take that baby, you yourself need to relax, not relax, but don't allow panic to take hold of you. Because once you begin to panic, you won't do anything, and you're not helping the baby. So you need to overcome that initial panic and fear. And remember the first aid you did. Okay, take that baby, relax on your elbow. Okay, make sure you support the neck like this. Use your thigh. The head is lower than the body. Then use the heel of your hand. 5, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep on doing 5 back blows and 5 chest thrusts repeatedly until the object pops out. And once the object is cleared, the airway is cleared of the object, your baby will begin to breathe and cry. Then that is good. However, if that doesn't happen and time is going, your baby will be leaning toward unconsciousness. It is a matter of time, and that will happen. So let's assume that series of 5 back and 5 chest did not help much. And your baby is becoming so flaccid, so tired, they can't even move anymore. That is a sign that the baby is unconscious. So what are you going to do? You change your strategy. Lower the baby on a hard surface in a supine position. Call 911. Get AED or ask somebody to get AED, or tell the 911 that you need AED. Now start the CPR. We have done CPR already. 2 fingers. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Then look into the mouth and see whether the object is coming out. If you see the object, remove it carefully and then give 2 breaths. Okay? If you don't see the object, don't remove. Don't try removing. Just try to give 2 breaths and see whether it will go or not. And repeat another one. So 30, check the mouth before you give breath. Okay? So now let's us see when it is a child or adult. Okay? And again, the same thing, severely choking but conscious. Usually the person is standing and holding the throat like this. Are you choking? Are you choking? The person will nod because he can't talk. He can't say yes or no because the way airway is blocked. Can't talk. The person can only nod like this. Can I help you? Can I help you? Like that. So now you have gotten consent because nodding means yes. It's non-verbal, but it means yes. Okay? So in that case, you yourself, let's assume this is the patient. So I'm going to stand in front. Okay, but beside, not in front. My leg will support his in front like this. Then my hand will be across the shoulder like this, and then I'll lay him in a tripod position to expose the
Back of the neck.
the back between the shoulder blade. My heel of my hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, between the shoulder blade, 5. Blow between. Why are you doing this? You want the object to pop out. That force can pop the object out. So after 5, back, blows, and if the object doesn't get away, you go to the back, locate the belly button. Okay, make a fist. Then above the belly button, about 2 inches above belly button, give 5 abdominal thrust. Okay, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that movement is so above the belly button. Make a fist. Okay, 1, 2. You keep on the 5 times. Okay, hopefully the object will pop out. If not, you do another 5 back and then 5 abdominal. You keep on doing 5 back, 5 abdominal until the object pops out. Otherwise, the person will go unconscious. And if this person goes unconscious, I'm going to ask Jill, can you call 911 for me, get AED, come back to me, do you understand? So he goes. So I start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So, and you repeat. Okay, so that's what you do. All right, any question? So here, okay, lower the patient on the hard surface on a firm surface. Okay, call 911, start the CPR. So 30 chest compression followed by 2 breaths. Always check the mouth before you give breath. If you see the object, remove it before you give breath. If you don't see, don't try removing. Okay? So that's how it's done. Okay? So, any question? Now the question is, how do you prevent choking? Choking is essentially preventable. Largely preventable. There are some things you do that can. Any question?
No answer.
Okay. Okay, answer.
Not talking when you're eating.
Yes. When you eat, don't talk. Don't laugh. No storytelling. No activities. Don't fill your mouth with the food that you cannot chew at the same time, bit by bit. Okay? Don't drink too much alcohol before, during eating. That's what the book says. Because alcohol can actually affect your ability to recognize that something is going in. Can affect your ability to cough. That cough reflex can be disabled by alcohol. No driving while eating, no activities while eating. So when we do this, and then supervise children when they eat. Very important that you supervise, whether it's at home, daycare, anywhere, children eating, you must supervise them. Because children choke a lot. They have small airway, so they can choke easily. Okay, any question? All right, thank you so much. And So